Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Boy, it was noisy here this morning. How was it at your house? We had thunder and we had lots of loud lightning, and the wind was blowing so hard. The rain was just sideways, but we got some much needed rain, and we're praying for those people who have actually received damage today from at least one confirmed tornado that touched down in the Purcell area. Our devotional this morning starts with a scripture from the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 10. As we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. The title of today's devotional is Good to All, and it reads, God created the church for us to work together to bring others to Him, to reach out, and to serve the world as no other group will. Some say the church can be compared to a hospital because sick people go there to get better. Jesus would agree. When the Pharisees asked why Jesus ate with sinners, he told them, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. Matthew 9:12. A hospital is a place where you can go to receive medical care if necessary. When we go to a hospital for surgery, it's because there's no other way to correct our condition. The lost are in need of spiritual surgery. They need to meet the great physician and allow him to restore them to spiritual health and vitality. When Paul admonishes us to do good to all, it is a reminder that our hospital is open to all for healing. We need to remember to care for those in our church, as well as those that we are trying to reach for Christ. Now, when I read this one this morning and I started praying about it, I had a thought. We all interact with other people almost every day. I mean, very seldom do you spend an entire day where you don't talk to somebody else. And oftentimes, most oftentimes, you run into people you've never met before. I thought about this because a few weeks ago, when we went Christmas caroling with the youth at the assisted living center, I invited some of the nurses there to church. And I realized this morning, as I was praying about this devotional, I invited them to church. I told them the name of the church. I told them what time service starts. I told them all these good things about the church. But what do you think the chances are that they remember the name of the church or where it's at or when the service is? So what I decided was maybe we need a little something that we can give to people. If you're going to be bold enough and brave enough to invite people to join you at church, and I hope you do it in that way, please join me. I'll save you a seat. I'll meet you at the door. Just text me. Then don't we need to give them something to tell them what our phone number is if they're going to text us or call us, or to if they have any questions or what the name of the church is or where it's located or anything like that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a whole bunch of little business size cards, not something big and cumbersome like a flyer that you hand out, a little business size card with the name of the church, the address, the times of the service, and my name and my phone number. So my question to you is, if you would like to do the same, I'll be happy to print some for you with your name and your phone number. You just simply have to message me on here or send me an email or send me a text or whatever, and I'll be happy to do that for you as well. And I'll keep you stocked in them. You just have to tell me when you're running low. I also am going to print some that have all the information except a blank space for a name and a phone number so that you can pick those up anytime and put your name and your number on them or your email address or whatever you want. And you can hand those to people when you invite them to church. If we're going to invite people, we have to realize how much information people receive in a day. That's like when people tell me something on Sunday or on Wednesday night, I always say, that's great, but would you please text me a reminder on that? Because on Sunday and on Wednesday night, I am bombarded with things that people want to tell me or share with me or get me to be involved in or whatever it may be. And My focus on Sunday morning is delivering the message that God has given me for that day. All that other stuff just kind of floats all around, waiting for me to hopefully remember it sometime during the coming week. I don't always remember. I need a reminder, just like you guys do. So if we have something that we can hand somebody, then we're not relying on them to remember all that information that we've just thrown at them. My name, the name of the church, where it's located, what time the services are. We'd love to see you. We've got this going on and this going on. Be sure you come early because we have coffee and donuts and time for everybody to gather and visit and fellowship and talk about their week. And we all sometimes can use something tangible to hand somebody, to invite them. When you invite people to a party, you typically don't just tell them about it once and then let that go. You send them a reminder, you send them a text, you hand them an invitation, you do whatever it takes to get that information in front of that person and give them something tangible to hold on to be able to refer back to it. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. And I will have some of those cards ready for church on Sunday. Even if you don't go to our church, that's fine. If you're inviting people to your church, I am happy to help you do that. You text me or call me or whatever, and I will print up what you need. And if I need to put it in the mail to get them to you, I'll be happy to do that. So anything that we can do to help people feel welcome to walk through the doors of the church, because people, it's scary. It's scary, especially if you're alone, if you're a single person or a widowed person or whatever, to walk into a strange building that you've never been before, looking for that one familiar face that invited you to come. It's scary. It's not scary, however, if you can text somebody or call somebody and say, I'm in the parking lot. Can you meet me out front? And then they have somebody to walk in with and show them where the coffee is, where the restrooms are, where I'm sitting. You're welcome to sit with me. It's not scary. So let's make our invitations as friendly and non-threatening as we possibly can, because I've oftentimes referred to the church as a field hospital. A field hospital is out there where the action is. They're out there where the injuries are taking place. They're out there where people's lives are threatened. I think back about the TV show MASH. Some of you are old enough to remember that with me. Some of you are not. Think about the TV show MASH. They were in a field hospital. They were seeing the casualties come in right off the battlegrounds. That's what the church is to me. Typically, somebody that comes into the church for the first time is not necessarily whole and well and ready to hit the ground running, doing what God has called them to do. Typically, there's somebody that's hurting somewhere, or somebody that has a need somewhere, or somebody that just needs reassurance, or somebody that needs to get reconnected, or somebody that doesn't have a home church and they need to feel at home. So we're like a field hospital. And if we're going to be that field hospital, if we're going to provide them with care and with comfort and with reassurance and with good sound biblical teaching and an invitation to get further involved with our Sunday evening Bible study, which starts back up February 1st, by the way, or our Sunday morning Sunday school, or our children's program, or our youth program, then we have got to be prepared to make that information known. So I'm going to include the time for Sunday school and for regular worship service and youth service and Sunday evening Bible study on my little card that I'm going to print. If you want some of those, you let me know. It says down here in the quote at the bottom, which I enjoy these. This one is by Vance Havner. It says, if the church would only be the church, if Christians would only be Christians, nothing could halt our onward march. It reminds me of a quote by, I think it was John Wesley, that said, I don't remember how it went, so I'm paraphrasing and I'm probably butchering it. Give me 100 men who are afraid of nothing except the wrath of God, and nothing could ever stop us. I'll look it up and post it because I can't remember how it goes. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope the storms have moved out for the day. It looks like the sky is lightening up. It was so dark out until like 8 o'clock. It was just black. Hope you have a great day. Love you all dearly. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.